So something that comes as a surprise in our lessons is when we go onto the highway and I tell students that the leftmost lane here is not the fast lane and we're not in the slow lane. The lane that we're in right now is the travel lane and the lane on the left is the passing lane. And you can't hang out in that lane like this truck is doing. The only reason you would be in this lane is if you're passing a slow moving vehicle. And by the way, let's define what a slow moving vehicle is. It's anyone that is driving well below the speed limit. So right now we're going the speed limit, so we're not a slow moving vehicle. These vehicles here should not be passing us. Another reason you'll be moving into this lane is if there is emergency vehicles on this side of the road here and you're moving over to the left to give them more space between them as you pass by. And if your exit is on the left side, so you would have to go into that lane. But aside from that, you shouldn't be in this lane. The only other time you're allowed to use this lane is if due to congestion, the flow of traffic has dropped below 50 kilometers an hour, then people are allowed to use both lanes here. But once the flow of traffic picks back up, you do need to move back into the only travel lane here. So this is a passing lane. They changed the rules in 2015 and it looks like no one got the memo, and it is a ticketable offense if you're just hanging out in this lane, but I don't seem to see that it's enforced very often on the road, but it's just something to keep in mind that this is not the slow lane, fast lane. This is the only travel lane. This is the only passing lane. And one other reason you would be in the leftmost lane is if you're coming up to a section of the highway where there is a merge lane coming up here. For example, we see these cars coming up to merge. If there is a lot of them coming up to merge and we're trying to figure out how is this all going to work out, if there's space in this lane, we might move over to the left if it's safe to do so, to clear some space for these vehicles to merge easier. But once they've merged, we'll find a place to switch back over to the travel lane.